Today we're going to go into a lot greater detail about Princess's new 360 experience that they've got on one of their ships and coming up soon on another. We're going to talk about why I think it's important to give cruise lines a second chance. And then also I'll share how our excursion went yesterday in Grand Cayman, how the second formal night went in the main dining room, and then I've got a quick clip from one of the crew members. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is November 11th of 2022. It's Friday, and here in the United States it's Veterans Day. And I know that in other places in the world they also celebrate and remember those who went before and served their country. And so I didn't want to miss mentioning that today. I think it's a very important day. So first of all, let's talk about the crew here on the Explorer of the Seas. We have really amazing crew here. They do an excellent job. And our very first night when we went to the main dining room, if you're new here, we are on the Explorer of the Seas Royal Caribbean ship. The host that took us to our table he did a great job. And we mentioned that we have a YouTube channel. It came up in the conversation. We really don't tell very many people. And so he has a quick clip we're going to slide in here, a message to his family. So here it is. Okay, love.
Hi, Mom. I love you. Charles Day. Doing this for you. All the way from South Africa. That is my favorite guest here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Alrighty, now the next thing that we need to talk about is that brand new Princess Experience 360. So yesterday I mentioned that it was out, and then we are having such slow internet here that I have not been receiving the information that I would usually receive, the emails like I would, or being able to log into websites. So today I have the rest of the story for you. So first of all, it is a brand new experience. It is currently just started on the Discovery Princess. We have Let's Go family members. Code 4 for Life. They have a channel, so look them up. Gordon will put the link to their channel underneath ours. They show lots of experiences on princess ships. But anyway, they were invited to do it. Now they were asked to not video and to not talk about it a lot, not take notes, that kind of a thing. And so, but I appreciate them letting us know that they got to experience that. So like I said, it is just started on the Discovery Princess, and it is supposed to be coming to the Enchanted Princess starting this coming January. It is an immersive experience. Every time they do it, there are 20 people in the group, and they take you on a journey that tickles all 5 of your senses, and which is really interesting. And so they take you along the Mediterranean. It is only in the Mediterranean. I don't know if they're going to add other locations, but they apparently do Barcelona, Provence, Santorini, and the Amalfi Coast. You get a 7-course meal, and it includes wines from all of these locales. So as you're sitting there at this amazing dinner, there is a voice that guides you through the experience, and that is Brooke Shields. She is named Bethany as part of the experience there, but it is the voice of Brooke Shields. Now, the thing that I think is really interesting about it, I love the fact that they say that it applies to all 5 senses. That means you're going to hear and see and feel things, just everything, as well as taste and smell. And so I am very excited to see how that works. But you might be wondering, like, how can I get to do this? There are a couple of things that are required. You have to either be booked in a suite on one of these ships to be able to do it, or when you're on whatever ship that you are on, like especially if you're like on the Discovery or the Enchanted, you need to book a suite cabin with the Premier package at a non-refundable rate, like that you cannot cancel it. That is what's being required. So if you're on the Discovery Princess and you're in a balcony cabin but you want to get to do it, you have to book a suite cabin on another sailing, and then that meets those requirements, and then you can go ahead and get to do it while you're on that ship. Does that make sense? While you're on the Discovery Princess or the Enchanted Princess. And so I would also say, if you're really wanting to do this, book a suite cabin with the Premier package on the non-cancelable rate, so that once you get on the ship, then you're eligible to do it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how this works going forward. Clearly, it is an effort by Princess to have more people book suite cabins, to book the Premier package, and then this gives them something in return for doing that, in addition to what you get with the Premier package and getting to stay in a suite. So if you've got any questions about this, put them down below, and I will find out the answer for you. Another really interesting thing while we're talking about booking cruises is right now Princess has a lot of deals with Alaska for 2023. So if you are looking to book a cruise, you don't have a travel agent, and you would like someone to help you, I would be delighted to help you. Just send me an email, and tomorrow I'm going to get off of this ship and I can call you and we can visit about it. We can email back and forth. The internet is just so slow, it is hard to even have your email come up. That's where we are right now. And so today is a sea day. It's Friday, like I said, so tomorrow we'll be off this ship, and I am really hopeful that next week on the Norwegian Encore things are better. But anyway, so if you are coming on Royal Caribbean's Explorer of the Seas, don't be worried about paying for the internet unless you I would just say use your phone and data while you're in port. That's what I would do. We have been able to do just very, very little using the internet on this ship, and we paid for the faster internet. I cannot imagine what the surf is like. I don't know. They have surf and Voom here on Royal Caribbean. We paid for, like I said, the more expensive Voom, and so I don't think you probably need to waste your money. So that's where we are on this ship. Now the next thing that I wanted to tell you about is yesterday we were in Grand Cayman, and we had booked the excursion for Coral Reef, and so we went ahead and went on that excursion. After our experience the day before with it not being wet, we felt like it had been marketed as, and not meeting our expectations. We had talked to Royal Caribbean and they wouldn't let us cancel this one, so we thought, well, it's paid for, let's go. So we went. Now they took us to a beach area that had sand. It had lots of lounge chairs, and it was much better than the day before. Yep, there were a lot of lounge chairs, but it was set up nicely. There was great staff there, and it wasn't the crazy experience that it had been the day before in Jamaica. I'm not stereotyping anybody. That was the location that we were at, was in Jamaica the day before. And so anyway, the really interesting thing about it, though, it was billed as being there on 7 Mile Beach. And if you watch Royal Caribbean's video that goes along with that excursion, you think you're going to be on the beach. There was sand where their chairs were, but it was right where there was a seawall. And so you had to go downstairs in order to get down to where the beach would be, but there was no beach. You were right there in the water. You literally took the last step into the water. So there was no beach, and the waves yesterday were really rough, and they said that was leftovers from the tropical storm Nicole that had gone through. And so we didn't spend very much time in the water. It drops off pretty quick there, even if it's a gentle ocean day. And so I would not recommend that excursion. There were lots of people there. When I went down to get in the water, several people were saying, this is not what was advertised. And so you don't need to book that excursion. Just pick something else. I did notice that there are several places where they say public beach. Our bus driver said that all of the beaches in Grand Cayman are public beaches. They're easy to get to, and so the next time we come, that's what we'll do, or else I will use one of the hotels. Check it ahead, like there's a Hilton, they're building a Grand Hyatt right now, there's a Marriott. I would see if they allow people to come and pay a fee to enjoy their beach that day. That's what I think we'll look at next time, or just taking a taxi to a public beach. They've also got where I show in my video that there are lots of other tours that you can book, lots to do. That's another really good option as well. They've got the turtle farm, they've got dolphins, they've got the whole island, and it is indeed beautiful there. It's a very safe place. As our bus driver was telling us, they have over 600 banks. If you didn't know, Grand Cayman is the money laundering capital of the world, and so it is very safe there. There's a lot of money there, a lot going on, but it is a very safe place. And so if you want to take a taxi somewhere, you would be safe. There's that. Now yesterday also was the second formal night on board the ship, and the main dining room there had lobster as an option. The lobster was really, really good. It was small, of course it was small, but it was delicious. It was better than the lobster that Princess has served for years now. I think I quit eating the lobster on Princess because I'm so particular about it. I just don't like, I like it to really be broiled. And anyway, it was excellent last night, and it was better than the lobster we've had on Princess in a long time. So I just wanted to throw that out there. A lot of the other food has not necessarily been better than Princess. Some of it's been worse, some of it is tied. But this is a really good segue into what I want to talk to you about as our big discussion today. And I really want to hear from all of you, and it made me think about it a lot this week after I have been on Royal Caribbean this week, which was new to Gordon and I. And I read a comment this morning from a Let's Go family member who was talking about how they just got off the Oasis of the Seas. The Oasis of the Seas is sailing down in Australia, Royal Caribbean ship, and they said that the food was excellent, absolutely wonderful, and that now Princess is 4th in their ranking of cruise lines, and it's behind Celebrity, Holland America, and now Royal Caribbean. And that really made me pause and think, because after this week that I have, and remember where I come from, 15 cruises on Princess, got to spend 2 days on Celebrity, and now I've had 6 days on Royal Caribbean, okay, on one of their smaller ships. It's Explorer of the Seas. So as we have neared the end of this week, my experience here, I would always choose a Princess cruise over this every time. Even my worst Princess cruise, I would choose over my experience here. But as I read his comment, I thought, you know what? And I've known that I do want to try the Oasis class ships on Royal Caribbean. And that is clearly, it's on my list. It was on my list even before this. But it really made me stop and think about a lot of things. It made me think about how important it is. Like, and I have not had a miserable week here at all. Absolutely not. No, it's been great. And, but if I were to compare, like if somebody said, which would you rather go on? I would choose Princess over this. I would choose Celebrity over this. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean this was awful. No. I don't think that. But the really interesting thing is clearly it depends a lot on what ship you're on, about what food you're going to get. I hear some people come off Princess cruises, and it also depends on, everybody. It's so subjective. But I understand completely that on some sailings you're going to have really good food. On some ships you've got a different chef. You've got different things going on. And so that is really, I think, an important reminder that if there are things that can be changed, or, because food can change, that can easily change. It's a really good reminder to me to try things again. And the thing that came to my mind a lot is I remember in the comments, and I received a lot of emails from people back when the Crown Princess was having trouble with her engines in Alaska at the beginning of the season. And when the Caribbean Princess, remember back, she was having trouble with their toilets. Crown Princess was having trouble with their toilets too. There are all of these people who this was their first cruise on Princess, and they said never again. And on the one hand, I get that. That should never have happened. But at the same time, if you never went on another Princess cruise, I really feel like you would be missing out a lot. And so if I never went again on another Royal Caribbean cruise, I'd probably be missing out. And it's okay to have a preference. If you have two things that cost the same and are going to the same place, pick your preference, absolutely. But it was a really good reminder to me to not just think, well, I didn't have as great of a time on Royal Caribbean that week as I did on Princess. Don't ever go on Royal Caribbean again. Not at all. I'm going to go on Royal Caribbean some more. I'll probably still always like Princess better and probably like Celebrity better. But you know what? It depends on what you're doing. It depends on who you're taking with you. It depends on how much it costs. All of these things. And so I would really like to hear from all of you. If you have been on a cruise line at one time and decided not to go on them again, or perhaps you've been on a cruise line, gave them another chance and it turned out better, I'd also really like to hear your rankings. It was really interesting to me to read, Mark, that he likes Celebrity, Holland America, and Royal Caribbean ahead of Princess. Tell me what y'all think, and I know they have cruised a lot. So those of you that have cruised a lot, and those of you who are new to cruising, let us know where you are, what cruise line you've liked so far, and we'll just have a really nice discussion about it. I'll look forward to hearing from you all. So did I miss anything?
That's it.
Alrighty, so like I said, tomorrow we're going to disembark in Miami. We are going to spend the night in Miami, and then Sunday we are going to embark on Norwegian's Encore. And so I'm really excited to see what Norwegian is like. I'm excited to see just everything to do with that. So we're going to be staying at a hotel right there in Miami and then just come back on Sunday. So we'll tell you how it all goes. I'll let you know how disembarkation goes tomorrow, and I'll let you know as well how embarkation on Sunday goes and just everything. So come along with us. We are going to totally different locations next week than we got to go to this week. Norwegian's private island is right there next to Royal Caribbean's private island, so it will be fun to see the comparisons there and just the whole experience. If you've got any questions about anything though, just put them down below and I'll do my best. If I don't reply as quick, in order to see comments on YouTube, we have to it spins for a long time, the internet, before it comes up. Sometimes it gives up and never comes, and sometimes it works. And so we're trying our best to keep up with you all, and I really appreciate every one of you. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, because that really does help us. Just hit that like button. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.